The fall season is upon us, and of course we have hospitality on our minds. No matter the size of the rooms of your house, there is beauty and roominess in inviting friends and neighbors around for an outdoor crackling fire. Join us at the table as we discuss gathering around fire. I'm Lainey.
And I'm Laura Beth, and we are Steel Magnolias, the strength of steel
With the grace of a magnolia.
We are here to have uplifting conversations about life in the South.
And we've got plenty of room at our table, so pull up a chair.
Welcome back, y'all. Hey, this episode is releasing on October 11th, which is the book release date for Sean Dietrich, aka Sean of the South's latest book called You Are My Sunshine, which means we are getting even closer to our live event at the Franklin Theater, where we get to sit down in front of an audience and interview Sean.
It's going to be so fun.
We're so excited, and if you did grab tickets, well, good on you, because it is sold out. It's sold out in about 8 hours.
I couldn't believe it. I'm so excited.
So we know some of you were planning to be there and did not get tickets, and we're very sorry about that. But that just means that there needs to be more of this
in the future, right?
Yes. It's such a fun book. I'm not going to talk much about it now since, that's coming. But
if you need a good laugh.
Yes. We'll link to it in the show
book.
notes. So you can go ahead and get a copy now that it is available. Okay. Today we are talking about gathering around fires, probably more campfires.
Yeah,
because you can gather on the fire.
The concept I was thinking about was just fire. So that could be the hearth of your living room if you have one.
Yes.
Could be a fire pit out in your backyard.
Yeah.
But really my mind went more to outdoor.
Yes. Yeah. Hearth. What a great word. Good vocabulary. I love campfires, and you know this about me, but I'm so in favor of clothing and hair smelling like campfire smoke.
I think we're weird like that though, because a lot of people
they strongly dislike it, or they're allergic and it's just repulsive. But man, I love it.
I love it too. It is fall to me. Like that is the smell of fall.
Mm-hmm. My husband sadly does not enjoy it, or else I would probably concoct a shampoo that was scented campfire
for him.
Yeah, or for me,
There are candles that
and I have those.
Have that smell.
Yeah.
So fun.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me at all that clothing holds that smell. Well, cool evenings in the South have begun, and we can't do campfires in the summer like many parts of the United States.
Well, because it's so dry. We haven't had any rain, so it's like dangerous. Is that what you mean?
Well, I just mean the heat. I mean, there's a lot of like the Northeast, or Northwest even, summertime is also a big time for camping out, but also incorporating a campfire. We would be camping out in the summer down here, but we're not going to be using the fire to the length of time that I think you would in other parts of the country. No, we're just trying to mostly fight mosquitoes and cook a little food. It's not really like a comfortable, fun gathering spot like it is in the fall. So, I know a lot of the country is like, oh yeah, we've been having great campfires. Not us. Not down here. We're just now getting to the time of the year where we can really enjoy it.
It's really an option.
I think we're so funny as Southerners because it's like we've been begging for a break from the heat because it's very oppressive sometimes down here. But then it's like we're startled and a bit rattled when it gets cold.
Well, okay,
right?
So I just had, it kind of makes you survey your culture when you have an out-of-towner or in my case, an out-of-country person here. Yes. And so Rachel was talking about how big people do fall in the South because she's shocked by all the, 20 pumpkins on some people's porches. And she's never seen anything like that in England or France.
Right.
And so I said, think part of what it is we are so excited that the air is cooling down.
Yes.
I said, you didn't actually experience the hottest part of the summer.
True.
You thought it was miserable when you first arrived and it was 85, but
no.
I've got news. It was way worse.
Yes. We've been floating in bathwater pools. Yes.
So anyway, I think that's even part of why.
Possibly.
But yes. I think also Southerners just like to celebrate. And
yes,
so
all holidays are a little amped up.
All decor, like changing out the decor and
yes,
that kind of thing.
I still remember a couple that we heard from Canada that was making that comment, and they were like flowers in the gas station for Valentine's Day. You would never see that where we come from, but you see it here.
That's hilarious. Well, I went super primitive when I was first thinking about fire and like what it is that draws us in. And so some of the things I was thinking, you're probably like, Lainey, you're so crazy. But first of all, I was thinking it's one of the 4 basic elements.
Oh.
There's air, water, earth, and fire.
Yes.
And fire is also the thing that sets us apart from other animals in the sense of we cook food. Every other animal doesn't cook their food.
They just,
we cook our food.
Okay. Yes. Enter fire. Yes.
Enter fire.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I was thinking of just even the primitiveness of it, that it's needed for heat. It's needed for cooking.
Yeah.
And we are the humans that do it.
Now, Clary from Steel Magnolias would tell you that the only thing that sets us apart from the animals is our ability to accessorize.
That's true. That's also true.
But you prove a good point. Yes, we do cook our food.
Anyway, so I was even thinking there's kind of something primitive when you think about all different civilizations and tribes have gathered around fire.
That's
whether
so
that
true.
was just for heat or cooking.
That's so true.
Kind of draws you in.
Now, I'm not going to take us on too far of a tangent, but do you like camping, or do you just like to extract the campfire experience apart from camping?
Yeah, so I love being outdoors, but I, at this age, don't like cots. And
the hard surface of the ground. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what age you outgrow that. I mean, I know there's some people listening that are like, I'm still a Boy Scout leader and I'm much older than y'all.
So
maybe.
Okay. So I do like seeing beauty of nature. But the camping part for me, it's not that I don't want to be in. It's not the bugs. It's not the cooking outdoors. I like all of that.
All of those.
It's the sleeping on hard surfaces.
I'm with you.
So I haven't ever done this, but I really want to try glamping.
Oh, me too. Me too. Yeah, I know, because we did a little backyard camping about 3 weeks ago, me and my son, and I did it, and it was fun. But I mean, I did pop some Tylenol before I laid down for the night, because I was just like, this is gonna hurt. So it's just me in a yoga pad and a sleeping bag. So
yeah, I have found as I've been around different people, I am not scared of bugs. Like, yes, mosquitoes eat me alive. I've got mosquito bites currently. I don't enjoy that.
Yeah,
but like, I'm not scared to pick up a spider or a stink bug and take care of what I need to take care of. That doesn't freak me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the sleeping part.
Well, you have an in-ground fire pit in your backyard that you hand built 2 times. You've actually moved
it. Move it once.
I just have one of those metal above ground,
both are
fire pits
wonderful.
That you can move around. So yes, we both do this. I wouldn't say regularly. I don't know how many people do any of this regularly, but yes, this is something that we both very much enjoy at our houses.
Yeah. And, both of our houses, the rooms aren't super huge. So that's why I mentioned in our intro, like, no matter the size of your house or rooms, outdoors makes things a little easier.
Yes. Yeah.
Because kids can run. And
exactly.
There's not as many sharp surfaces. I guess there are some, but.
No, in terms of hospitality, if you want to show hospitality to your neighbors, this is an awesome fall activity.
It really is.
Or hospitality to anyone, to your church group or your book club or whatever.
And another thing I love about it is like some popcorn and apple cider. It's done.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate, whatever your thing is. It doesn't have to be like an expensive night.
Not at all.
And people love it. And I mean, I'm not musical, but if you have somebody that plays a guitar and would be willing to bring it, that adds a whole nother fun element.
That's so funny you
night.
said that. I actually have in my notes, taking it to the next level. Enter a guitar player.
I mean, do you remember one time when we did a fire pit here and we already had somebody that was agreed to play guitar?
Uh-huh.
There was a guy that was visiting that played that guitar thing. Is it a sitar?
Sitar.
He had a sitar out there.
I totally forgot about that.
I feel like there was maybe one other instrument.
Maybe a djembe or something.
And I was just like, this is amazing. How did this happen in my backyard all of a sudden? This is
That
so
was
cool.
super unique. But yes, there are a lot of guitar players out there that if you have the capability to grab one of them in, it adds so much.
And if by chance you have little kids around, I got years ago when there was Toys R Us. That doesn't exist anymore, does it?
I don't know. We don't have one.
Well, I bought this little kit, and it was like a tiny little djembe and a little tambourine and a little egg you could shake and little clickers and like different percussion things. I think the whole kit was like $25. And so in the times that I've had kids over, they really like to play
That's
too.
sweet. Yes. And even, okay, so that's kind of like the giving them activity, getting some energy out or letting them be loud. But I was even reading something and doing research for this that it was talking about this is a great way to let kids unwind because it makes them sleepy.
Oh, totally.
Getting near that warm fire.
There's something about
gazing
that.
into
Gazing
it.
In
it makes all of us tired.
Crackling of the crackly sound. One thing we didn't talk about that I had in my notes, you almost kind of have to have somebody that is the firekeeper.
Tender.
Like assigned person.
Yes.
Because
they usually don't just go for a long time on their own.
You have to continually poke it and
tend.
Tend it.
Yeah.
I'm not great at getting it started.
Right.
But I love to tend it. Like just to keep adding logs and fanning it and all of that once it's kind of going. But I'm not the best at.
If you've got somebody with fidgeting tendencies or just doesn't want to be in this social environment, put them on.
That's true.
Put them down as the tender. Give them a job.
So true. Okay, I have a question. Have you ever started a fire rubbing two sticks together?
No.
I haven't either.
That's incredible.
Like, that would be so empowering.
It really would. It really would.
Could do that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's because I've never needed
I don't know if I've ever really tried, though, because I've always had
I tried one time.
Elements.
And probably gave up, like, so too quickly. Just like, why am I even doing this? But that would be so amazing.
What I would love to know, and I can probably easily Google this, is like, what kind of time frame are we looking at? Like, what should you just comfortably give yourself? Is this 30 minutes that you should give yourself that you're gonna,
like, it probably depends on your friction, depends on like a lot of different
factors. Is somebody that does this all the time still spending 20 minutes and I'm like giving up in 10? Right? So I would need to know those parameters before I jump in. Well, should we talk about, I mean, there's health benefits, and I'm sure people could guess that,
just to being outside,
to be near a fire. So, I mean,
I'm like,
there's not really a doctor that's needed to tell you that it's peaceful and relaxing.
Yes.
Okay, duh.
I mean, and you're looking out at the stars, maybe if it's not,
on a clear night. But the warmth is good for our bodies physically and mentally. So there's actually a study that I saw that the University of Alabama did, and they said that sitting by a fire decreases blood pressure.
Interesting.
Makes sense. The study measured the blood pressure among 226 adults. Now, this is funny. They weren't even with an actual fire. Participants were asked to watch a video of a virtual fire with and without sound. Their blood pressure was monitored before and after the trial, and the results indicated consistent blood pressure decreases in the fire with sound condition and enhancing effects of absorption and pro-sociality. So.
Interesting. Now, I'm just curious. I wonder, is it the flickering of the light? Is it something rhythmic about it? You know how I am. I'm like, what if we were watching waves coming on the ocean?
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Would that do the same thing?
Maybe.
Or is it...
I don't know if they cross-referenced it. But yeah, so that should definitely be a reason. If we're not really here to sell you on getting by your campfire. I think it's, if you like it, you like it.
But I do think it's something people can think about as an activity to invite neighbors or invite people if you have any qualms about doing it in your house.
But here's some other interesting things that I've never really thought about some of these things. But in terms of the social benefits, obviously we've mentioned that this gives you the space to invite others into. But I started thinking about it. I even reconnected with my now husband after years of friendship. We'd been friends for years, hadn't seen each other in a couple of years, but never dated. And we saw each other at a cookout and started chatting near the fire pit.
That's right.
And it's never been the same. And I don't, so single people, get yourself near a fire, I guess. But I do think there is something about the atmosphere that I can't really explain it. Is
that the word you're meaning? Like it does something.
It's like it's safe for some reason.
Okay.
It's physically warm, which in a lot of people's bodies makes them feel better, if you're warm. There's just something about the walls coming down. I don't know. I just think it's a really unique place to be with others.
I was thinking of the word communal just because I think about mixed ages, just a lot of different kinds of people are usually gathered. It's not typically just like, I guess sometimes it's just men, just women, something like that.
That's
but
true.
A lot of times it's a mixed group.
Yeah, that's true.
And it just makes you feel like you're all a part of something. That's why I was thinking of that word.
So now I have another one to let y'all chew on.
Okay.
Especially because holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, those things are coming where there's some family gatherings coming. I found this blog post that said 5 reasons why campfires are a really good thing for your family. And a lot of them were like pretty obvious things, like we've even talked about giving the kids space to run around and just, drawing in different generations, making it easy for elders to have a place to, just kind of park themselves. I loved this one though, and I've never thought about this. It creates a space for difficult conversations. Because everyone is looking into the flames and not directly at each other. I mean,
yes.
You could be across the fire and be looking at each other, but you also could just be kind of like focused in on the flames.
Yeah.
Okay, so because of that, it's easier to approach more sensitive topics without being confrontational. Because a shared fire lowers our defenses in the best of ways, we can story tell, we can truth tell, and spread the warmth of hope and grace and reassurance. Gathering around a flame is primal and precious and perfectly healing, and while it's dangerous to play with matches, it's life-changing to campfire.
Wow.
What?
Well, I even think about how that's an easy thing to build into your holidays.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel like inside around the table might get tense, have that queued up and ready. We're going outside.
Yeah.
Fresh air can do magical things.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, I found an article that was pretty amazing. So the article was by Rachel Newer, and it was Smithsonian Magazine. And she was referencing this anthropologist named Polly Wisner, who, this is years ago, she arrived at these conclusions after spending 174 days living with the, I'm probably going to butcher this, Juhon Bushmen of Botswana and Namibia.
Okay.
Wisner recorded conversations during the day and night and then compared the content of those exchanges. 3/4 of the daytime conversation Wisner found centered around work-related talk. Mm-hmm. At night, however, more than 80% of conversations centered around singing, dancing, spirituality, or enthralling stories, often about known people. So including tales of distant kin, local politics, even elephant stories, in that kind of a culture. So I just thought that was really interesting. Even in a really primitive culture, that's still how the conversations went. And they were usually at night around fires because they had to for warmth.
Yeah.
Just kind of cool.
That is so cool to think about. Well, one of the things that I have said on here before that I know I'm not alone in this, but it's one that I continue to struggle with is my dependence or sort of addiction with my smartphone. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking,
we all have it. You just are admitting
I know.
it.
That's what I know. That's why I said that. But if as the months go on, and it is going to get colder, where you're going to want to get a little closer to the fire. You're not just there for ambiance. You're literally there because if you step too far back, you're freezing.
Yeah.
That's not a place where it's conducive to have your phone out because it's going to get your phone hot and it's going to mess up your phone. So there alone
another reason
is a good reason for me to be near a fire where I'm not tempted to have my phone out.
Well, and I'm sorry, but I continue to get frustrated trying to find anything on the television. So there's another reason. You're not going to find anything worth watching on that boob tube. So just go outside and share stories and hopes and dreams.
That's right. And well, as a marshmallow lover, you don't have to tell me twice too. Let's fire up some roasted marshmallows, right? I mean, is there anything more glorious for a marshmallow lover? I know there's people out there that don't like marshmallows, but than a s'more?
Well, I looked up something pretty fun.
Okay.
So have you seen that, like, as well as, how people are doing the charcuterie boards that are also beautiful.
Yes.
Now people are doing s'more boards.
Ooh, what all would be on that?
So I looked at some different pictures and made kind of a list of some of the things I saw on there.
Oh,
now,
fun.
If this sounds like crazy complicated, I pulled from like 3 different pictures.
Yeah.
So don't think every single one of these things was on one board.
Yes.
But this is just to give you some ideas.
Okay.
So a variety of chocolate choices. So you're going to have milk, dark, white chocolate. Sometimes even people would put Reese's cups or like a caramel and chocolate.
Ooh, like the Ghirardelli
yes,
that break open.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people had like actual fruit. So strawberries or blueberries or raspberries. So that was just an option.
Okay.
Something people could put in there. Even fruit jam.
Okay.
Something you could, and I was thinking that would be good with white chocolate, I think.
I feel like this sort of is just trying to appease the granola crunchy crowd that you might have with among you. That's like,
I'm one that's not a lover of marshmallows. So I was thinking, white chocolate and like jam, and like just go in a different direction. Sounds yummy to me.
That's so good.
Sometimes even marshmallow varieties. Like you would see the big ones, the little ones. Sometimes I think there's even flavored ones, maybe.
There's even some more specific ones now that are like jumbo enough, and square enough that it like lines up well with your graham cracker. Yeah.
And I do think it's good to already have the graham crackers all broken and ready on this little board.
Yes.
I've even seen people use in the springtime Peeps. You know those?
Oh.
Because they kind of have the sugary. I didn't see that in any of the pictures, but I have seen people do that. Where instead of just a marshmallow,
totally work.
It would have like kind of a sugary goodness on there too.
Huh.
Okay. And then with the graham crackers, there's even choices.
Okay.
There's the chocolate ones, the honey ones, the cinnamon ones.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize I was a purist when it comes to s'mores, but I mean, this is exciting.
You can have some of those choices. Even cookies. So people had like shortbread cookies or...
Instead of graham crackers?
Chocolate chip cookies. Those fudge stripe
cookies. Yeah.
Things like that.
Ooh, you know what I'm thinking of? Is it Lorna Doone or what's that?
Oh, that's a shortbread.
No. That is one, but that's not
you thinking
the
of that
Bischoff.
I saw those on one. I mean,
that would be so good.
I don't need anything on it.
No,
I'll
that's
just
right.
eat those around the campfire and be happy.
Just pass the tray over here. I'm not warming anything.
Some even had little cups where you could spread Nutella or peanut butter.
Oh wow!
I don't know. I'm on the fence on that.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just have a Reese's or a something like that to melt.
Yes.
And then
that's so fun.
This is funny. I have a question mark around this because this item I usually think is so delicious on anything, but it kind of doesn't sit well with me on a s'more. Bacon.
Nope. Sorry. Maybe that's for the dudes out there that are like, we didn't really get dinner.
And you know, we've had chocolate covered bacon before, and it wasn't all I had dreamed it might be. Like it was. No. Do you remember? It was
I remember because I like really crispy bacon, and
it felt.
You can't do chocolate covered bacon crispy. It's best you try. Yeah.
So I think I'm keeping that off my charcuterie board. But I liked some of the other varieties. I thought that was kind of fun.
I love that.
But I just said, I mean, you can keep it simple.
It simple.
You know, just do some popcorn and apple cider and, you know, something like that. Now, I do have an adult beverage that I want to mention.
Okay, tell us. This is a little cocktail
anybody,
or a punch.
But it's handwritten, so I don't have a link. But it's super, super simple. So get your pen and paper, old school.
So you're going to make me type this out in the show notes.
It's literally 3 items.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
But this is, the amounts I'm giving is for like 1 or 2 servings. Okay. So it's not like, if you want to batch it, you'll have to times however many. Yeah. So 1.5 ounces of the Fireball whiskey, which is cinnamon. If you don't know, it's kind of a cinnamon flavor. 2 ounces of orange juice, pineapple juice mixture.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And a bottle of Angry Orchard cider.
Ooh, so it's like kind of a spiked fruit tea.
Yes, but
kinda?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this.
But apple. So fall.
Ooh.
So it's like apple, cinnamon, orangey goodness.
And,
it's so yummy.
And you'd serve it cold. Yes.
You serve it cold.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very good. And, you know, you could just have apple cider for the non-adult version, or maybe even, you know, make them some kind of fall fruit tea.
Yeah.
That's not got alcohol in it. Because this is alcoholic. So anyway, there's your beverage.
Sounds so good
to have by the fire.
That sounds so good.
That'd be fun for Thanksgiving too. Like just to have, you know, for your family, the
serve
adult
that up
and non-adult.
Serve that up and then go have a difficult conversation.
You can thank us later. I mean, we've mentioned on here before storytelling, and a lot of that's birthed from sitting around fires too. I think people tell family stories, and fires just make that all the more special.
Okay.
Well, enjoy that element.
I know. I hadn't even thought about that. Earth, wind, fire, and air.
Earth, water, air, and fire.
Okay. Going with.
You were going with the band.
The band. Excuse me.
You're awesome too. Have somebody play that if you don't have a guitar player.
Right. Have your playlist ready. Well, we haven't said it in a while, but if you are enjoying these episodes and you have a friend that you have yet to text about this show, go ahead and do that now. As soon as we end this episode, you can just hit the share button, text them, message them, and let them know what you love about Steel Magnolias. Give us a follow on Instagram, and we will see you back here next time. Lainey, peace be with you.
And also with y'all.